I got some hands-on time with Samsung's brand new flagship phone, the Galaxy S26 Ultra, and I gotta say there are some pretty cool new features to talk about. Let's ramble.
Hold up, place go wild when I pull up. They all on me like it wants.
Hey guys, what's up? So Samsung invited me to San Francisco, California to attend Samsung Unpacked, which, as you probably know, is their annual event where they present their new product lineup. So I was lucky enough to get a little sneak peek and to spend some time with the new phones. Now, the phone I'm personally most interested in, and I know a lot of you guys will be as well, is of course the new Galaxy S26 Ultra. Now, at the time of recording, the actual Samsung Unpacked event has not yet taken place. That will be tomorrow morning, at which point we will receive a review unit so we can spend some serious time with it and get into the nitty-gritty. And of course, you can expect a full review from me at some point in the near future. Having said that, the hands-on experience was really well organized. The space was basically carved up into segments, little stations if you will, where each new feature could be tested, including an explanation of said feature by a Samsung representative. And I have to say that was really super useful, and it helped me get a good understanding of what we can expect from these new phones. What was interesting is that I was asked by several different Samsung reps on what my thoughts are on hardware updates versus software updates in these new phones. And I actually think this is a very pertinent question because I think we can all agree that for at least a couple of years in terms of hardware innovations, these phones have plateaued a bit. And of course, as a tech reviewer, I would love nothing more than to see groundbreaking new hardware every single year, but that's just not realistic. I mean, you can't make these phones any thinner. The thinnest phones are already limited by the thickness of the USB-C port. They literally can't make them any thinner. The cameras on these phones are already pretty spectacular, so small and iterative upgrades is really all we can expect year over year. So the real innovations, the differentiating factor if you will, has to be software based. And here I think Samsung really did a good job with the S26 Ultra, as far as I've been able to judge based on those 90 minutes of hands-on time, of course. Now, I won't take you through every new feature, but there were a few that really stood out to me that I want to share with you guys. Of course, there's all the AI stuff, and we will get back to that in a minute, but one feature that I liked way more than I thought I would is the new privacy display. We all know those screen protectors that prevent people around you from snooping on your phone, you know, where you can only see what's right in front of you on the screen, but from an angle, the screen will appear dark. The problem with these screen protectors is that they often make your screen appear dull or washed out, and that kind of defeats the purpose of having a beautiful AMOLED display, right? Well, Samsung turned it into a software feature, so you don't need to apply a screen protector. So not only can you turn this feature on or off at any given time, it is actually highly customizable. So you can toggle certain apps to always use the privacy display, which I would definitely turn on for things like my banking app. But you can also turn it on for certain parts of your screen, like the notifications, in which case you can see the entire screen perfectly fine from any angle, but incoming notifications will only be visible to you. Another feature I was really impressed by is nightography. This is a combination of improved cameras with a faster aperture, letting in more light, and more processing power. The result is that the S26 Ultra can capture amazing images in super low light situations, even when it is very much zoomed in. If you look closely at these images, even the zoomed in ones, you can see almost no noise at all, and that is very impressive. And the room was even darker than it appears on my footage because the camera I was using was also doing its best to compensate for the low light. I guess it's one of those features you will just have to see for yourself, and I will definitely be spending more time on this feature in my full review. But what I saw so far was very impressive. In the room next to it, Samsung had set up an aquarium to showcase their new optimizations for underwater photography and videography. This feature will be available under the Expert RAW settings, and basically what it does is it brings back the colors that would usually go lost. Using an underwater camera, you know, when you film underwater, things end up looking flat and washed out. Well, this feature compensates for that and brings back those natural colors, which really makes the footage pop. And as you can see from the footage, the difference really is night and day. Now, it's 2026, so we can't talk about software improvements without also talking about AI. And as expected, Samsung did put quite a bit of focus on improving on their AI implementations. To stay within the camera system a bit longer, check out the very intuitive way Photo Assist works, with these new devices. Here you can see a cake with a slice already taken out. With Photo Assist, you can just add it right back in, and all of that can be done with the simplest prompts now. We don't need to be precise anymore, just tell it what you want and it's done. Or maybe you want to add some birthday candles, just tell it and boom. It even added some hue and shadows to the candles. I think this feature is going to be really interesting to some people. You know, if you're like me and you want to get that nice Instagram shot of your food, but you already took a few bites, this can now be fixed. Or here, the Samsung rep took a selfie of me and then shot a picture of a baseball cap separately and told the AI, hey, put this hat on him. And presto, it's done. Scanning documents also got a lot easier and better, whether it's creased or even a document with a missing piece. The AI will fix it and turn it into a crisp and legible PDF. You can add multiple PDFs into a document, change the order, all very easily and very intuitively. What I really liked in terms of AI though is all the contextual stuff. Samsung has been putting a lot of energy into integrating AI across their app ecosystem so that it all works together in a very intuitive way. So let's say a friend messages you about those pictures he took in Australia. Instead of having to go into your photo gallery, scroll to the year and the dates and look for them manually, you don't even need to leave the app for it. Another cool example is if somebody asks you if you're free on a certain date. The AI will immediately let you know that you already have something planned on that day, and then it will give you the option to open your calendar around that date so you can look for alternative options. And the last example I'll show you is something I can see myself using a lot, which is ordering an Uber. You can tell the AI to order it for you from your spot to wherever you want to go, and it will go through the whole process for you. The only thing that will still require human interaction is the payment confirmation. I guess that is for security reasons. But yeah, as you can see, the whole AI ecosystem is focused on context and convenience. And I'm excited to see where all of this will take us. Also worth mentioning, and this is in fact a hardware feature, that is the improved charging capacity. The Ultra now has 25 watts super fast wireless charging, which is great. Now, if you want to do this magnetically, you will need a magnet case, which is one of the many new accessories that will be available for these new phones. But of course, there will also be plenty of third-party accessories available, like these new cases from our partner Dbrand. And thank you so much to Dbrand for sponsoring this video. Dbrand sent me 3 of their newest cases, specifically for the S26 Ultra. There is the Tank case, which is super rugged, has a tactical design and extremely strong magnets. The Ghost, a clear case with zero yellowing, super scratch resistant and lightweight. And then there's the Grip case, which is considered to be the best all-rounder. Refined over 8 generations, it's grippy, it has tactile buttons, and those buttons are highly customizable, as you can see. If you want that extra protection, get yourself a Prism screen protector as well. Idiot-proof, easy alignment, no bubbles, no dust, comes with 2 units. The entire S26 Ultra range, the Grip, the Ghost, the Tank, and the Prism, is available at Best Buy in-store at all locations across the US. Since launching in September of last year, Dbrand has in fact been the #1 selling phone case brand nationwide, and with this new expansion into the Samsung accessories section at Best Buy, they're expecting for that to continue with the S26 series. Guys, that is it for me for now. I hope you enjoyed this little hands-on experience, and don't forget to subscribe, tune in for my full review. That would be much appreciated. See you in the next one.